Oh, we ready to do some night riding now. We got some LED rock lights from MICTUNING. These are the MICTUNING LED rock lights. I'll have the description down the bottom, and we're going to show you how to get these installed on your ATV or side-by-side. They're designed for pretty much anything, your truck, your any kind of automobile. Pretty much you can put these on anything you want to. You can control them with your phone. These are all controlled from the I got them all networked together, or you can control them individually. But if you're on a group ride and you want to synchronize them, you can do that. So I got them on the CFORCE 500, the CFORCE 800, and the CFORCE 600. And you have different modes. You can put on fade between colors. You got a lot of options you can do right here. You can just simply choose the white option, and that will really shine very bright while you're out doing some trail riding at night. If you're doing some rock crawling or anything like that, you can see where your tires are, with the placement of your tires. And really it's just they look really awesome, especially when you're riding alongside some other people, and that they get to enjoy the light show. It will also go with the beat of music as well if you stream the music through the app. So pretty awesome. We like them, and now we're going to show you how we installed them on the CFMOTO CFORCE ATVs. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so you've seen the finished product. Now we're going to show you how we got there. First, we're going to install it on the 600. So this is the box here. This is what it will look like when you order it. This is the MICTUNING LED rock lights, the high-powered ones. This is all controlled by a Bluetooth module and your cell phone. So we're going to open this up. There's your manual. All right, so in the box, you're going to pull these out. This has your bolts, washer, and a nut that comes for each individual light. And it also has two different style mounting pieces, and we'll talk about those in a second. So we'll get all this out. And here's your control module right here. And here is actually one of the light pods, but they're built really well, very tough, waterproof, and they're going to hold up well. I've used these before, and but let's get to installing it. All right, so now look, you don't have to have your tires off. I'm preparing for a big event that we're going to tomorrow, and I've just was greasing everything and just going over the 600, checking the brakes, and just giving it a good check over before we put the big mud tires back on, the 28 XM310s. And I just want to give it a good check over. And so anyways, everything's fine. Still no issues with the 600. No broken parts, nothing at all. Everything's been great. So anyways, since I have the tires off, I figured it would be a good time to install these so the tires are not in the way, but you can install this kit without taking the tires off. So what you want to do is kind of already have a plan of where you want to mount these light pods and how you're going to route the wires. So I've already determined that on each side, I'm going to mount the rear light pods right here and kind of directly over the where the rear upper A-arm, the rear side of the upper A-arm is in line with. So right here coming off of the fender flare, and I will route my wires a certain way. You'll see that in a little bit. Do the same thing on the other side, and then on the front, I'm going to come out from this little space here. I'm going to come out from the fender flare section, use that as a marker, mount it right in the center, and let it point right down over the shocks and A-arms and over the lights, and hopefully it will throw it enough. There's a lot of stuff, the storage compartment and all this plastic is kind of restricting me, but hopefully it'll turn out nice. I believe it will. And we're going to go ahead and go drill all the holes where we want to mount our lights. And what I use is let me tell you what size bit this is. This is a 5/32 bit, so anything close to that size will work. You just don't want it to be too big. I wanted the hole to be as small as possible. Actually, you could go a little bit bigger, because as you'll see, the 5/32 allows me to actually have to thread the bolt through the plastic once I drill my hole. So you can mark these with a marker, or if you can put this where you want it and shove a pin or something through there and mark your hole. But I'm going to be real still and hold it and actually mark my holes with the drill bit. So I'm sorry if this isn't turning out well as far as the video quality. I'm wearing a head strap to video this, so I do apologize. But you get it where you want it. I'm going to hold it still. Don't let it move on you like it's trying to. All right, so plan B. Let me do this. We're going to actually go ahead and drill one side. Man, I hate drilling holes in my plastic. All right, see, there it is. All right, so now that we've done that, I'm going to actually get a bolt, feed it through the light, and go ahead and mount one side so I can mark the other side. So we're going to get our bolt and shove it through as if we were mounting it. I'm going to get one of the nuts. We're going to poke it through here. As you can see, having to thread it, which I like that. Alright, so I don't even need the nut to hold it yet. So we'll come back to that. Alright, so now we're going to hold it straight. Now it's going to keep me from making any mistakes on alignment. So here we go. Make sure you drill straight up, not crooked. There it is. Man, that irks me. Don't like drilling my plastic, but as long as you do a good, neat job, I'm just going to verify that it's lined up, which is I mean, it has to be. This is so hard having this camera right in my face. All right, so that's going to work out perfect. So we'll go and do the rest of the, we'll do the other side, and then I'll catch you up at the front. All right, so let me get you caught up. I've already installed this side, and I mounted it. Got the washer and the screw, the washer and the nut installed. You don't want to over tighten these and tear up your plastic. Just get it snug, and it ain't going nowhere. I got the wire routed through here, which is going right to the battery tray. And the lights, when you pull them out of the box, they're all already kind of hooked up. You just unplug them. Let's see, they're already hooked up. You just unplug them, and then you can work with your light and the wires and route the wire and all. So this one's going to go to right here. I'll show you how to install it. But first of all, let me show you the hardest part with the way that I'm doing it. Now, you may find a better way, but routing the wires from the front of the machine to the rear, where I plan on having the Bluetooth module, the controller, and it's going to be wired up to the battery back there. But you know, we're going to be mounting this light here. I've already pre-ran the wire, And you can see here, I hope you can see, it'll be mounted right here, but the wires ran through, fed it through to the other side so that I could run these two wires together. I didn't want them running on the other side because of the exhaust. I wanted to try to eliminate running these wires alongside the exhaust just for temperature reasons. But I kind of loosened all this plastic so I could get my hand back here, and I fed these wires. See, I already got this one mounted, and the wire is ran around this side. And let me grab this light here. Yeah, so it's ran around this side, it loops around, and I got them both fed back behind here, and I haven't zip tied them yet, but I'm going to pull them up out of the way and make sure they're not touching anything that would be hot. Try to route them with this wire harness, and they will safely come inside the battery compartment and hook up here. So yeah, it's a pain in the rear to get all this undone. I had to pull this panel off. There's a whole bunch of, you know, little bolts and stuff, but anyways, I'm gonna let you figure that out on your own, because you may come up with a better idea, but there's a rough idea of what I did. So here you can see the nut and the washer right here, and this is where I use that curved piece. So anyhow, and my battery just died on my light. Anyhow, I'll grab this one. So we're going to mount this one right here, and all you will do is take, let's put this right here. So we will unscrew this. This is where I just used to show and prove that it would fit right. Alright, so you will take your light. You notice how the wire is coming out. You're going to put it right here and make it fold in. You're going to make it fold in there and run alongside this where it's cut open here and split. Okay, now we're going to feed our bolt through on both sides. We're going to feed them through, and these are, by the way, this is a 3mm. I'm using a T-handle 3mm Allen head, Allen wrench. Just going to kind of, you can see it coming through there. I'm going to come back and catch this back side. Right, so now all you're going to do is just tighten these down. Remember, don't get them too tight. Alright, so now that we got those tight, we're going to actually try to feed this through here. There we go. Now we'll secure that in a little bit, but that's how you do it. Now we're going to go to this front side the same way. I'm not going to waste time showing you how to tighten it up, but we're going to mount it, and then we'll wire it up. All right, guys, so I got this side buttoned back up, and like I said, do it how you want to do it, how you want to route it, whatever you see best. I just try to run on this side away from the exhaust. So I got them coming out here. These are both of my wires coming from the front of the machine. I got them zip tied in here out of the way and right here, and I've got them just laid out right here for me. This is my wires coming from the left rear side, same for this side. So now what I'm going to do, I need my Phillips head. Everything's a mess because I'm trying to scramble and get ready for tomorrow's big ride. But anyhow, you see I got the module. It's perfect little hole right here. I'm going to go ahead and wire this up. I split my wires on out. I'm going to wire the positive and the negative up to the battery. It is advisable to wire it up to key on power, that way you never drain your battery, but you can control all this and turn the module off from your phone. But so I like to be able to turn these lights on even when I don't have the key in, but just do that at your own risk, because you do risk draining your battery possibly if you forget to turn it off or something like that. But anyhow, just throwing that out there. I have a good connection now on my positive and on my negative wire. So now we're going to tidy everything up. All right, so you're going to want to take each light and go ahead and line your arrows up. See, there's only one way they can plug up. And you got a nice little O-ring there. You want to take your cap, slide it over, and get that nice and snug for a watertight seal. So just do that with each one of your lights, and then just tidy it all up, and you'll be ready to go. All right, so we got the 600 done. We've been on one ride since I installed them, and you see how we got everything nice and tucked away here. So that works out really nice on the 600. You have some space there to be able to tuck your wires as well as your controller. So that worked out really good. So on the 800, you have a different layout. Your battery is up front and tucked up really high. I've went through that bounty hole and did a lot of mud riding since I installed this. So it's good to see that they're still working. But I tucked all my wires up here, so the front lights were very easy to do, because you just pick a place to mount them and just fish your wire through here. Let me turn these lights to where they're just on white. So go to your app, boom, right there. Okay, so you fish them through and then get them all nice and neat and tucked up here, and then tie them all the way. The same thing with your other side. Now the rear, I fished them both. The rear lights, I fished them through the frame and up into the compartment underneath the, like where your fuel controller and all is at, which is, let's get this seat off real quick. Man, you would think I would have cleaned this better. Anyways, so fish the wire through, it's really easy on the 800 because you got so much room to work with. But I got it all tucked up high away from the exhaust, and then you can see where I just ran it through here and down into here. I took I think I took this off and fished it down through there. And then let me get around here, and you just kind of find the easiest way for you to feed your wire through. So I got that done. On feeding your wire through, something that would be very helpful is one of these little tools right here, because it's flexible and you can fish it through and then grab your wire and pull it through to you. So that's just a little helpful tip when you're pulling wire and doing any of these jobs. So just make sure you keep everything tidied up, tucked away to where it's not going to get caught in anything or be laying on the exhaust or anything like that. So really cool on the 800. It was the easiest install, was the 800. The 600 was okay, but the 500, Cody, one of my best friends who's got the 2020 CFORCE 500, he ordered a light kit while we were in the middle of me making these videos and installing. And so the 500 just does not have much room, as you can see. Like I was wanting to mount the controller right here, but the way the seat is, that this right there, it literally sits down below this mountain bar. So couldn't do it there. So I had to, this isn't the finished product. We just kind of, it was late and we were running out of time. But anyway, so we'll figure out how to tidy this up better. But really, I mean, you can get creative, get as creative as you want, and just tuck your wires away nice and neat the best you can. Pick a place to mount your lights. On the 500, we went right below the bar here, and it does an awesome job of shining down on the suspension and your tires and all the suspension components in your axle, so you can see at night when you're doing some trail riding, some technical riding, creek riding, rock crawling, whatever the case may be. But man, it's a cool accessory to have. It's a generic accessory that, I mean, like I said, they're originally made for trucks and Jeeps and all that stuff. MICTUNING designed them for off-road vehicles, but you can use them on your boats, on your just whatever, four-wheeler, side-by-sides. But anyhow, like I said, when you're running your wires, just keep them off the exhaust, get creative the best that you can, and have fun with it. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. This is a pretty cool accessory that you can add to pretty much any off-road machine that you have, or even your own personal vehicle. And it's just a cool accessory. It looks awesome. You can install it yourself, and be real cool to have when you do some riding after dark. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed it. God bless y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.